So a question and concern of how do we find wholesale brands and suppliers and how do we get started? So in this video, we'll break it down step by step to help you get started, open up your first wholesale account and order some products for your Amazon FBA business. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get started. So step number one, we're gonna use Smart Scout here to get started. That is the software that's going to assist us in this whole process and just pretty much makes it easier. Because when I started, if you didn't know, I've been doing this since 2021. Started as a part-time side hustle. Then a year later in 2022, that's where I decided to do this full-time. Been doing it since then and sold over $2 million in total sales. But before there was a lot of manual work. So with Smart Scout here, as you can see there's front page, we're gonna hit brands, and to kind of get started here, we're gonna go ahead and open the tool here. And as you can see right off the different brands here, this is considered and filtered by the estimated monthly sales revenue. So you can see number one is Apple. If you live under a rock and use Google or Samsung or whatever. Anyway, Apple selling a lot here. And the next tab here is Amazon in-stock rate. So if you are a new beginner, a couple things you got to keep in mind. Number one, you want to avoid selling against Amazon. So regarding the filter here, let's go ahead and open it up and let's put that to 0 because we want to make this as easy as possible to get opened our first wholesale account. So after putting in the filters here, we're gonna go ahead and get into the average number of sellers, aka your competition, right? So that's why the filters here is so important, because what we put in is what we get out. So let's go ahead and put a minimum of 5 sellers. And my reasoning behind this and other Amazon experienced sellers as well is because if you put in, one seller, for instance, that's gonna indicate that it's either a private label or Amazon is selling on the listings. But if we do 5 minimum, it's gonna let us know that there are other sellers available purchasing this brand that gives us the green light pretty much. And the next step is we're gonna go ahead and put in 20 sellers as our maximum. We do not want to compete with too many sellers. You can even try doing 15 here, so that way you can make sure you can find a good product with those filters so far. And my tip here to get started, if you feel overwhelmed, because I did when I first started, is the primary category right here. So you can see this is all of them. So let's go ahead and hit search, okay? And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about right here. So you can see there's 12,665 different brands out there, which can be overwhelming. So we're gonna go back to the filter and narrow down the category right here. Some of the easy picking, or I would say, wholesale friendly categories is going to be like beauty and personal care. You can do some electronics as well. Grocery and gourmet food, that's a good one. Health and household. So those are different types of category that I would personally recommend for you to get started, especially if you're brand new at this. So for the sake of example here, I'm going to select beauty and personal care and hit search. Again, guys, feel free to play around once you get the hang of it, once you try it out and see. So as you can see, the number one result here is Good Molecules. Again, this is based on the estimated monthly revenue. Amazon in-stock rate, it should be 0 since the filter that we had put in. You can see the average number of sellers. You can actually move this little column down to make it easier. And you can see there's a decent amount here. Okay, so this is a good starting point for us that gives us a set of possible brands or wholesale suppliers that we can work with. So now what you want to do is scroll down to different brands here and see if there's something that you recognize. See if you're a familiar name, especially if you use beauty and personal care products. For instance, let's see if we can recognize something here, like Fenty Beauty, right? Like Fenty Beauty is by Rihanna. Rare Beauty, I think, is by Selena Gomez. So again, there's some of these brands here that you may recognize already, and it'll just make it easier for you when you're doing the exact product. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Fenty Beauty here. So hit this little magnifying thing, hit the products, and it's gonna open up all the products under Fenty Beauty. Okay guys, I wanna give you a different example here, trying a different category. So let's go ahead and go through health and household here and just hit search. The rest of the settings stayed pretty similar as we did earlier. As you can see, this is a completely whole new different brands, right? And just see what you maybe recognize here. Let's go ahead and take a look. You may recognize more products than I do, but again, let's take a look. If not, Worst case scenario, you can always start from the top and work your way down, because it just based on the monthly revenue, that's popularity, right? Because the more sales it has, the more people actually want it in demand. So that's to answer one question there, like how do you know which brands or product to sell? Again, go by the estimated monthly revenue, because that's going to tell us people are buying it. So let's go ahead and pick number one here, drink LMNT. I think it's called Elements, trying to be fancy, and open up the products here. Okay, so they have 21 different products here available. They are selling on Amazon right now, and I see a decent amount of sellers, but not too crazy, right? So this might be a good brand actually, you know? So let's go ahead and take a look. So what I would do is just click any of the ASIN here. ASIN stands for Amazon Standard Identification Number. That's their internal barcode if you didn't know. So each product in Amazon has an ASIN. Okay, so we're at the Element Keto Electrolyte Powder packet page right here, and as you can see, I have the Smart Scout Google Chrome extension on the right side. This is the free version of Smart Scout if you want to go ahead and use it. So it does come with a calculator here, and this is what I love about it as well, because it tells me I'm eligible to sell it. It's connected to my Amazon account. Sometimes you're not eligible to sell it, and it will say it right there. So that's a green check for now. Next, these are just the number like BSR, the 30-day sales. So it sells about 2,000 units per month, which is good, right? Like we want a product that sells, especially if we're buying wholesale, like a lot of quantities. And the next step, what I would do, just doing my due diligence here, it's going through the Keepa. Keepa graph shows us the past history of the product, right? What is the pricing, the competition, all the data that you may need. As you guys can see right here, let me go ahead and just delete some of this. So you can see the sales rank here, okay? The lower the number in the sales rank, the better and more products it sells pretty much. So you can see so it's pretty good sales rank there. And the buy box is the price history of this item, and kind of just like zooming out here, let's say a past year, it's pretty flat in general. There's not much crazy spike. So this is pretty much another green check for us here in terms of, again, new offer count. It kind of goes up and down, up and down. But again, even though with tons of sellers here, like 53, the price still pretty steady. So yeah, I like this product so far. So part two of this video is let's go ahead and see where we can find this product for wholesale. So I like to just search in Google with the actual name. With Smart Scout, you can actually just copy here and paste it right there, right? So I paste the whole product information, and let's just go through the first results here, which is, you know, their official website, Drink LMNT. And which flavor is this? Looks like it's the orange salt. Orange salt, here it is right here on their website, okay? If you want to subscribe, 39 bucks, 45. So my trick here to kind of help you guys out when you are at a brand website is scroll the way to the bottom, because normally they will say wholesale, like this one right here, right? So you can see wholesale. Let's go ahead and click on that. Okay, so we're in the wholesale page right here, becoming a partner in the Salty Rebellion, okay? So it kind of breaks it down here for you guys in terms of how to really work with them here, become their partner. And you got the wholesale application here. And just by the looks of it, it's pretty self-explanatory in terms of the business information that this brand is asking for us to open up an account. Because once you open up an account, that's where you will have access to the wholesale price, which is a lot cheaper than, of course, the advertised price, since you are going to be ordering pretty good amount of quantity. Second is that you get to see all the different products they offer in terms of the brand, right? It's not just like one product, but you get to see all of the price catalog, which is nice. And yeah, so it's asking for your name, business, organization, email address. I would recommend to get a professional email. I use namecheap.com to kind of create one. Things like 10 bucks to buy one, super cheap. Don't use a Gmail address, right? Business name, organization name, put it in there. Hopefully you are the owner here, and pretty much your street address. You know, if you are a new seller, you're not expected to have a commercial, you know, warehouse address. Like for me, I just put my residential address, which, you know, works with a lot of the business here. If not, then no big deal. There's a lot of brands out there, right? We're just using this as repetition or practice. So you can just put your residential address there. If you have a website, recommended to have one here because it's an asterisk, phone number, and just hit next and kind of go through the process there. And guys, I want to give you another example here so that way you can get the hang of it. Let's go ahead and scroll through another one here. And Kirkland Signature, if you didn't know, that's Costco. So we can, you know where to find this one, right? Let's go ahead and take a look, see what else we can find. Okay, let's do this one right here, rice supplements. Looks cool. They're pretty up there as well. All right, so Rice has 94 different products right here. Same thing as we did earlier. We're gonna go ahead and just click any of the ASINs here because that's gonna open up the Amazon product page. So this is the product page of Rice right here, and looking through the Smart Scout extension, we are not eligible and we need approval to sell this. So that's why I wouldn't even bother finding the wholesale distributors of this in the beginning because I'm not approved to sell it. But if you do want to sell this brand, right? Like, oh my God, this brand is so good, I want to sell it. Well, you can still do the same process as we did earlier. So remember, go ahead and just like hit this here. I'll copy the name and we're gonna go ahead and open up a new Google page search. Okay, so we found a Google search here and let's go ahead and take a look in terms of Rice supplements. Let's go ahead and open up their official website here and see if we can find a wholesale account. So remember, like just scroll through the bottom, see if we find one. Okay, I don't see it. Let's go ahead and hit search here. And I would just type in like wholesale. Okay, so did not yield any results. So with this example, the brand doesn't work with directly with, wholesale products and stuff. So they are probably working with a distributor. So I would go back to Google here. Let's go ahead and delete all of this and just type in distributors, wholesale, right? So these are the keywords that we want to put in there. I did not spell wholesale correct. So let's go ahead and fix that. So you can see there's different websites out there and I would just go ahead and open these up, okay? And go through one by one, see which one we can find, a wholesale distributor that we can work with. Okay, so the first one here is TropicanaWholesale.com. Let's go ahead and take a look. It looked like we have to log in to see prices. So with this example here, in terms of that is you have to create an account just like how we did with the brand. So all suppliers and distributors require this because that's how we can get access about it. And what's cool about, like a distributor or wholesale is that you have so many brands that you can work with, right? It's not just for this brand, but as you guys can see right here, all the different, supplement brands they carry and stuff. So yeah, it's even better than the brand itself because you have more access to wholesale products. And just like earlier, we're gonna head and create an account. So let's go ahead and hit my account here. And we're gonna go ahead and register because we don't have one yet, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and type in an email here and create a password, okay? Again, pretty self-explanatory, just like earlier, your email, password, title, first name, all the stuff. Your invoice address, which could be your physical residential address. And guys, sometimes you will stumble upon a wholesale distributor that's going to require you to, send an email. And in order to do that, I did provide a template right here, which I'm going to link in the description down below. All you got to do is just copy and paste. So on the subject line, you're going to want to put request to open a wholesale account, right? Because we want to make sure it's direct. We're not wasting anyone's time. Then on the orange highlight here, this is where you just pretty much fill in the blank, Can't get any easier than this. So you type in the brand name or the rep's name in there, right? Hope you are well, exclamation point. Always bring the energy, you guys. Then, your name. So actually I would highlight this. Go ahead and highlight this orange. You're gonna want to replace that and not put my name. Your company name, right? Your Amazon business name. Then we are a wholesale business interested in opening up a wholesale account with X brand to distribute, your products, right? Could you share some steps to open up an account and any requirements or any price list we should be aware of? Yeah, that's it. Thank you for your time. Looking for the possibility of working together. And guys, step 3 here, just bonus tips. Number 1, you have to understand that opening up different wholesale accounts is a numbers game. The more wholesale accounts or brands you reach out with, the higher chances that you're gonna open up one, right? So don't get discouraged if you just hit one and not get accepted. You're gonna work with a little bit, it's not gonna come in easy. So do remember that in mind. The best way to approach this is, try to see it as a game. You don't have to go crazy, especially if you're getting started. You don't wanna feel too overwhelmed. So aim to reach out to at least 5 to 10 different, brands or suppliers. You can see on the Smart Scout list, there's like hundreds of them out there, if not thousands. So, 5 to 10 a day, you do that, one time a week. So what is that? If you do 5 times 5, Monday to Friday, weekends off, that's 25 brands out there. Then you multiply that by 4, right? So that's like 100 in a month. I'm sure if you reach out to 100 brands or suppliers, you're gonna open up a bunch of them out there, right? So yeah, just do it small every single day. Just have a little action, then it's gonna add up if you keep doing it. And number 2, it is a follow-up game. So what I would suggest here is to, keep track of it. have a spreadsheet where you have the name, contact information in there. Actually, I might do a video about this. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to see a video about how to organize the wholesale follow-up game, comment down below. And yeah, I would just follow up with them if, you know, maybe you sent the email or, you know, information on Monday and you still haven't heard back. It's like Wednesday or Thursday. We'll do a follow-up, right? It doesn't hurt. You want to show that you are eager to work with the brand or the business, because that's how you can create relationships. And even better, I've had a lot of success with this, is to give them a phone call. Guys, we have all this smartphone right here in our hand. Just give them a call. Just be like, hey, this is Lester from XYZ brand. I've sent an email a couple days ago. Just wanted to follow up regarding opening up a wholesale account. Is there anything else you guys need? Anything else to do on my end? So yeah, simple follow-up game, be direct and be professional at the same time. And if you want to learn more wholesale Amazon FBA tips, check this video right here. Thank you guys so much. Catch you in the next one. Peace.